Welcome to Unapologetic Introverts. This is our episode 16.
16.
I am Aaron.
I am Jade, and my notes will not update.
You gotta learn to do this before we start the podcast.
Hey, I remembered at least to check the iPad charge, and it's charged, okay?
Okay, step 1 accomplished. On to the next step. Be up to date and close all your freaking apps. I saw that.
No, you saw nothing. Come on.
Sometimes if did it save to your
No,
iPhone only again?
I'm in the iCloud folder.
Yay.
It's got spinny spin.
Spinny spin.
You can start us off, Aaron. This will happen eventually.
What am I starting us off with? I just did the intro.
I don't know. What are our notes?
What are our notes? Oh, you're right. Mine are updated, so I can actually do this. I'm tired.
Hi, tired.
And I spelt my name wrong the other day because I was so tired.
In our notes, your name is spelled wrong?
No, like as I was like typing my name for an email. And I don't mean like I just misspelt my name as in typed the wrong letter or typed it too fast. I literally tried to spell it ERIN.
That's completely wrong.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Like, so completely wrong.
Are we recording?
Yeah, you just sounded really loud for a minute, but my settings are higher than yours, so I don't know.
Maybe I'm
what's going
talking
on.
louder. Maybe I'm learning to enunciate my words properly.
Perhaps.
I was listening to our podcast in my car the other day and I couldn't hear us, so I feel like I need to talk a little louder.
I think it's your car.
Might be my car. Definitely, probably my car. Yesterday, which would be last week for all you folks,
Mm-hmm.
we saw Paris.
It's very good.
It was a good show.
Felt really weird to sit the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. And the crowd was weird. Did you get a vibe on the crowd? It just...
Yeah, they just weren't like...
But I think that's a combination of holy hell, we waited in line and we're all melting.
Yeah, and we were only in line for what, maybe 10 minutes?
All those people waiting for, what is it, GA or floor?
Floor, or I think when we got there, people were like still trying to get tickets because there were still tickets and the box office was right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy.
I'll tell you what, I definitely woke up today on the wrong side of the sun. That sun melted my brain like a little egg, and I am tired.
I am also tired.
You had a note here that you said you finally found out who Ladybug on Apple is. It wasn't your grandma?
No, it's Hannah.
Oh, Hannah. Cute name.
I was like, why didn't you tell me?
You've only been listening to the podcast for a while now.
Yeah, Hannah.
I guess she wanted the big reveal on episode 16.
Maybe.
Just okay.
She was never gonna tell me either. I asked. I brought it up.
This podcast is now Hannah podcast and
Hannah and Hunter.
Yeah, Hannah and Hunter, Double H.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting rid of this episode. Just going to be dedicated to them. So, do they have Facebook and Instagram? Can we just stalk them right now? Break down their lives. No, I'm kidding. Don't even sit there and look. Like,
I have Hannah on Instagram and Facebook. I don't have Sydney's boyfriend.
You contemplated that for a second. How do we figure out what's going on? No, we would never do that.
No. Oh my God, you've added stuff. I didn't notice.
Oh, probably because you haven't, updated your notes.
I haven't looked at them.
Twitter has launched Grok.
Fuck is Grok?
Take one guess what Grok is. What's the going trend right now for all technology?
Oh, are they turning into TikTok?
No,
Oh.
they are. Grok is their AI.
Oh.
I don't know what the. I guess I shouldn't call it Twitter. It's technically
No.
X now because they have changed the website to redirect to X now.
Finally, the URL is not Twitter.
Yeah, I imagine it's a lot of work to get that to swap across the. So if you type Twitter, it switches over to x.com, which I can only imagine that must have cost a freaking fortune to buy the domain name for.
Huh.
But Grok.
So what would their AI I'm so confused.
It's the same thing as like Facebook.
You can't search anything anymore.
I know. It just is
Ask
like,
Meta. No, I just want to search.
I just want to search for stuff. I don't want to ask the AI questions.
Oh.
So weird. Anyways, I just thought it was a strange thing that I stumbled upon.
Didn't Red Lobster file like earlier? Or was it just they were closing a lot of places earlier this year?
Oh, they were closing, but now they've officially filed for
Aw.
bankruptcy.
I don't want the one in town to close. I like it there.
Well, it's a good chance that it may be closing for good so, which doesn't honestly surprise me. I think it's just really hard to be successful as a
Seafood place?
seafood place when you're not close to the coast, because the seafood is not exactly as fresh as it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went there a lot as a kid.
Hmm.
And I remember my aunt, the one who's petrified of snakes,
Yeah.
if I ever went with her, we would always get the same dessert and we'd share it because it was massive. And they've since gotten rid of it and brought back something like it, but it's not the same. It used to be called fudge overboard,
Oh, that sounds delicious.
which was just warm, gooey brownies and ice cream and caramel.
Oh,
And they took it away and then they brought something.
the
back.
trifecta was replaced with
Ugh.
some crappy frozen
It's so good.
dessert.
And those biscuits. I could just eat a meal of biscuits.
You know what? I'm maybe the only person
don't
on the
like
planet
them.
that doesn't like those. Yeah.
They're
Biscuits.
So,
Nope.
They're so good.
I like the taste, but I do not like the texture.
But
It's
it's so
weird.
light and fluffy
Nah.
and a little crispy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, remind me next time I'm at Costco. I should have read your note. Buy a bunch of the boxes.
Yeah.
'Cause they
Well,
taste the
they,
same.
they might not cancel that portion of Red Lobster, right?
Maybe not.
They're probably going to just start selling off assets and maybe somebody will take it over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not likely, though. It's probably a huge challenge to, like, navigate, like, those kind of deliveries of seafood across. It's not only Canada. It's, like...
Yeah, I saw a bunch of them closing in the States when I heard about it.
Yeah, so I figure that'll be coming up this way.
It's not a Canadian company, is it?
No, I don't
No.
think so. I don't know.
Has gotten ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't really, and they've changed their menu so much, but I don't know. It's just the vibe. Like my old babysitter still works there.
Oh,
And just I don't know. It's so dark in there too. But it's
it
just
is.
like
It's cozy, but
it's cozy. Nothing has changed on the interior since I
No,
was 8.
they still have carpeted floors.
It's probably very dirty. But yeah, I don't know. The biscuits and just
So rip Red Lobster.
oh.
Was nice to know you. Now you were a sinking ship amongst many.
But I think I got rid of that sound, so it might just be phenomena.
I think you did replace that sound with phenomena. The next part of the news, which will be old news once everyone else hears it, but I didn't know about this, but
I
the
haven't heard.
past weekend, 3 times people had got stuck on I'm switching over to my news.
It's okay.
Wait, I have it on the tablet. People were trapped on 3 different Canada's Wonderland rides in
Not the
one
same
day.
ride. 3 different what rides?
Let me scroll through really quickly and see if they the Bat roller coaster.
Ooh.
Oh, that would not be fun. And there's actually like TikTok videos of this too. People stuck.
Well, at least the bat just has like one loop, right? Because you go backwards on it too.
And they're like stuck on the angle going down.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that would be so uncomfortable. Like that really like deep angle going down.
Yeah, the main part of the ride. Okay, so the bat.
Other people had said that they had actually been on the other rides that had stopped during the day too. What was the other one? So it was the Bat roller coaster, and it took almost 30 minutes to get them back down. And then the next one was the Riptide. Just insane. Like
Is that
another
in the
one.
water park?
Must be.
That would be scary.
Oh, and the Windseeker.
Oh, F that.
Yeah, for like 20 minutes. Ooh. They're just having a real fun time over there at Canada's Wonderland.
I saw a video on Twitter or TikTok recently. And I say recently, it could have been in the last month. It could have been yesterday.
It could have been last year. We're just remembering it right now.
And it was one of those rides where it's like a swinging like thing,
Like an arm or
like an arm,
yeah.
but they're all in like a circle on the end, so you sit in it.
Oh yes,
and
I
it
did
was
see that
stuck
today.
upside down.
Yeah, they were stuck upside down. I think. Oh, and one lady said because I saw the news on this one. One lady said she felt like they were gonna die. Like they were just gonna fall right out.
That's whoa.
And because they had been upside down for so long, that's not good for some people's bodies.
Not good for your brain.
Your brain just accumulates blood, and then your heart can't pump it strongly enough, right? If you're not overly healthy, that's not a good thing. That would have been terrifying.
Yeah. Speaking of brains, I saw a TikTok last night when we got home at 12 a.m.
12 a.m.
And it was some like scary facts
Oh no.
on Reddit, but like a TikTok of like scrolling through facts. And so, whether this is true, your skull can be, your skull is, what did it say? It's weaker than a coconut.
It's a what?
It's weaker than a coconut. So like,
It probably is.
and then someone was like, now I'm scared of coconut crabs.
Okay.
However, I would expect it to be like a little sustainable.
I mean, you
But,
do have an outer casing,
Yeah, but it's not a lot.
but it's not a lot. No, and because your brain forms as you're like a baby and expands as your brain's growing, which if everybody doesn't know, random fact, your eyeballs are the same size
Yeah.
as you were as a baby.
It's the only thing that doesn't grow.
Evolutionary defense mechanisms so that your parents don't murder you. Because you look cute.
True. Also, if your body realized your eyes were there,
Yeah.
it would attack them.
Crazy. Insane. Anyways, so as you're a baby, your skull's basically mushy and soft and has a bunch of those cracks in it. And then it's, once you get to an adult, it seals itself up. But I still think, accurate on the weaker than coconut.
Ew, that just sounded weird.
And that's why you should wear your helmet when you're biking. Any type of biking. Or any kind of crazy adventure sport.
Mm-hmm.
Because you land on your head the wrong way, you're a vegetable.
Yeah, and that's not a good way to live.
No, it's not. Yeah, so that was my news.
I did not hear about that at all.
It was weird. I got like 3 news posts about that over the last couple of days, which is weird because I don't usually get news, but
Yeah, no.
all of a sudden it popped up and I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. I would hate that.
Yep.
That's why I don't go to these things in the first place. I don't mind the water park, which I try very hard not to think about the germs and all of the other stuff associated with water in public places.
Yeah.
But once I get past that, I'm all right.
Yeah, then it's okay.
And then my other problem is I always like somehow managing like the lazy rivers of anywhere will like get out of the tube. And because the water's not so deep, i.e. shallow, I will smack my head off I don't know how. I just managed to smack my head off the bottom of the thing. Head or legs or elbow.
Why are you out of the tube?
Well, you know how you get out of the tube at the end of the lazy river to just go and maybe start again? That's just me. I'm just uncoordinated.
Gets out of tube immediately, sinks, knocks herself
out. Knocks myself out. Even though, like, it's only like maybe a meter, maybe a meter and a half deep.
Yeah.
I'm just so uncoordinated with that. I'm a danger to myself. But I love the lazy river. It's just fun. So calming.
They're fun.
Mm-hmm. I think we need more of them.
More lazy rivers?
Yeah, why not? I don't know if I feel like real rivers. I feel like that's not good for real rivers.
Don't we kind of have one near here?
We do, but I just don't feel like it's good for real rivers because people bring all their junk.
True.
And they just pollute the rivers, and even worse, probably using tubes that are breaking down and creating more microplastics and all that stuff. That
Did you know we just breathe in microplastics? It's not just in our food and stuff.
Oh, great.
Mitch told me that
Awesome. Thanks, Mitch.
because
Now I know we're dying even more faster.
someone he knows is going to school and was telling him things, and he goes, "We're breathing it in." I go, "Thanks."
Is there a point to living anymore?
What's the point? Eat all the sugar you want.
Eat all the gelato you want.
Yes.
Speaking of, we went to Dolce yesterday on the day and 4th,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fantastic.
Yes, thank you, Muriel, for that.
Yeah, good recommendation.
That was delicious. And the lady was super nice, and I feel so bad for her because we got there and there was 4 people in front of us. There was already some people eating, and then I swear to God, 30 people showed up.
There was a huge crowd, like families worth, just intense, and that one person was scooping away. I feel like now my tip was not sufficient enough, so
We'll just have to go back.
yeah, we'll have to go back, obviously, because I need more of that banana gelato. That was amazing. It was like real banana,
Yeah.
not that fake banana.
I had
stuff.
like globs of peanut butter in my Reese's one.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was delicious. And not like the fake peanut butter,
Mhm.
like peanut
Like
butter.
actual peanut butter.
It was really good, and they provided us a space with AC and public washrooms where we could rest for an hour.
Honestly, I appreciate that the most because we were melting. I'm sure everyone is melting right now. I feel so bad for anybody without air conditioning.
Oh, yeah,
Ugh.
no. And I am so uncultured and clearly have never been anywhere outside of our city where there are public washrooms downtown.
Yeah, we have public washrooms downtown, or there's places you can find that have open bathrooms.
There's a washroom in the Tim Hortons.
Yeah, not in Toronto. They don't want you in their public spaces.
I mean, I get it, because when we went to the one in Pizza, it was disgusting. And
Absolutely
it was locked.
trash, and probably due to the they probably get a lot of drunk people.
There's
showing
graffiti everywhere. I was like, what the hell?
Who has the time? Just go
Toilet
to
is
the
taped.
bathroom and get
No
out.
mirror.
I could understand the no mirror. It took me a second to go, why is there no mirror? And then I went, oh yeah, they probably had a mirror
They're
at
just
one
gonna
point.
break it.
Yeah, they're just gonna break it, or they already did, and they were like, this is not worth replacing anymore.
I feel like that
Mirror's
lady
expensive.
was so done with us too.
I think she was just done with everybody.
It was hot in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, running a pizza joint, it's if you don't have the right, ventilation, you're out.
To be fair to listeners, there was nobody up front, so we just went around the corner to go look, and then I realized the bathrooms were locked. So Aaron took the liberty of being like, if we buy a drink, can we go pee?
Yeah. I don't know why I should be upset, though. Like, I paid for the drink.
Yeah.
It's not like I was loitering in the space, so.
I just wanted to pee.
I mean, I think she was more upset because it was freaking hot in there,
Yeah.
and I don't blame them.
Yes, but shout out to the gelato place because we got to pee, we got to chill,
It's a beautiful little space.
And if anyone is going there and is in the Danforth area and goes to Dolce, you will survive off of a small.
Oh, yeah. That was way more than I thought. It was good.
It was delicious.
Worth it. And they have 63 different flavors, 64 different flavors of gelato. And you can get different things like fraps and espresso and all sorts of stuff. Pretty crazy. Cute little space.
Mm-hmm. And the lady was really nice.
Totally recommend. Go check it out. Yeah, that's a good tie into today's topic. Food. Recipes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yay, Aaron picks the topic again.
I've heard people do this though.
Okay, so I wasn't crazy.
No, the first time I heard about it is when Jenna and Julian did it on their podcast. Rip to the podcast. Rip to Jenna Marbles being on the internet. And it, because it's the two of them. I died.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know ours aren't going to be nearly as funny, but I know it's a thing.
Honestly, I think I picked the most challenging recipes, and I don't know if I trust you to have the knowledge to know what these are.
I went through the recipe books upstairs this afternoon and just snapped some fucking pictures.
Nice.
I was like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to pick.
I don't even know if I can pronounce. Oh no, I think I changed mine so I wouldn't have to pronounce it. No, there's still one where I'm like, I don't know how to
Yeah.
pronounce this.
But I mean, essentially, we're going to list ingredients
Mm-hmm.
and then start doing directions, and the other person has to guess what they're making. Essentially, right?
Yep.
That's what's happening. Okay.
Yep.
So don't list all your directions at once.
No, because I think it'd give it away.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, don't list the title.
Cracked my shoulder.
And no spying.
No spying.
Yeah, no spying. I can't see your screen anyways. 'Cause I
It's
don't
on
have
my phone.
glasses on, so.
It's not even the iPad. It's okay.
So should I go first?
Yes.
All right. So ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
This includes. Do I do tablespoons or I just do ingredients?
Do whatever you want.
All right. Might throw you off on some points. A quarter cup of breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Butter.
Okay.
Flour.
Mm-hmm.
Mustard.
What the fuck?
Ketchup.
Okay.
A small onion.
I wouldn't eat it.
Jay's like, I'm out.
Goodbye.
An egg.
Okay.
And this is funny because you might have actually eaten this in some form.
Worcestershire or whatever the heck.
Worcestershire sauce.
Okay.
That's the best one to pronounce. Worcester sauce. Worcester sauce if you're coming from a specific place. Salt and pepper to taste.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say beef broth already?
Nope.
All right.
Beef broth.
And 1 pound of ground beef.
Breadcrumbs, flour, an egg, mustard, ketchup, onion, Worcester, whatever the hell, beef broth, ground beef.
You did a really good job of that. An onion and tomato paste.
I said an onion, but you didn't say tomato paste.
Oh, okay. I figured.
Tomato paste and ketchup?
Full tilt. So do I do the steps in order?
Yeah. Just do like step one's probably like cook your meat.
Okay. Mix the ground beef, chopped onion, egg, breadcrumbs, Worcestershire sauce, salt, and pepper.
Are you making burgers? Are you making meatloaf?
Not quite.
Well, I'm out of guesses. Those are two things that are made with beef.
Melt butter in the large skillet and over
Mhm.
medium heat. Add the meat patties
But it's not burgers.
and cook until brown on both sides. Remove them from the skillet.
What the fuck?
In the same skillet, add a bit more butter if you need it. Always.
Always.
It's
If
butter.
we're
Come
breathing
on.
in microplastics, you're allowed to have as much butter as you
Eat
want.
that $9 butter. Just do it. Seriously, we were in Toronto yesterday and it was $9
That's crazy.
for a pound of butter.
Also, the No Frills didn't even have a bathroom.
Of course it doesn't.
It's a grocery store.
They don't care. They just don't want people in their bathrooms.
Sorry, go on.
Stir in flour and cook for 1 minute. Gradually add the beef broth, stirring constantly.
You've created like a roux and now you're making something.
And then you add the tomato paste, the mustard, and ketchup and bring it to a simmer.
And you've already made beef patty things that
Mhm.
aren't burgers.
Mm-hmm. There's a specific term for this.
Are you... No, because that's deconstructed. And I might have eaten it? Or a form of it?
Well, you've eaten a form of it.
You know I have?
I think so. Because it technically, without the sauce, I think you've pretty much eaten one of these. So you return the patties to the skillet, spoon some of the gravy on top, and cover it. You cook it again for about 20 minutes. And then you serve it with either mashed potatoes or rice.
Or rice.
Mm-hmm. This dish is called a Salisbury steak.
I have never had one.
No, you haven't had one, but it's very close to meatloaf, and you've probably had meatloaf or hamburgers in your life. It's pretty much the same shit.
The only reason I know what a Salisbury steak is because of seeing TV dinners in the grocery store and going, that looks disgusting.
It's basically hamburger with gravy on it.
Oh.
It's not that complex, but it sounds like it when you explain the steps to it.
Okay.
All right, your turn. Lay it on me.
These might be super easy. Okay. 2 cups of flour.
Okay.
Half a pound of butter.
Mm-hmm.
Half a cup of sugar. Half a cup of chopped pecans. And half a cup of crushed plain chips.
Crushed plain chips. I won't even know the name of this, but so we've got flour, butter, pecans, and chips.
And sugar.
And sugar. Holy crap, that's a combo. It's a cookie. I don't know what the name of it.
Just I don't know why there's pecans in it. Do I even need to list the steps?
Probably not, because I know how to bake a cookie. You mix the flour and sugar.
And actually, sugar's a wet ingredient. You mix it with the butter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Fun fact.
Oh, yes, because you kind of gotta, what do they call that term?
Cream it?
No,
I
there's
don't know.
another specific term when you mix it with flour. I don't know. I'm not a fucking...
It's okay.
Used to be very good at baking, and now I don't like to do anything.
This was the first one I saw. It's just, it's in the recipe book that my mom has that we don't use recipes from. Potato chip cookies.
Potato chip cookies.
Why is there pecans? I did not realize that.
Also, very expensive cookie. Think about the price of pecans and chips right now.
And butter.
And butter. It's like the most expensive cookie you could have going. Why don't you just throw saffron in it just for shits and giggles and gold?
In case anybody wants to bake these, your oven's at 350. You're gonna cream your butter. And
No.
sugar.
You never put your oven at 350. You're baking cookies. It's always like 315, 325.
Mine's always 350.
No, that's too high.
No,
Not too high.
my cookies are great.
If you've never baked a cookie in a barbecue, get out of here.
Aaron bakes everything in a barbecue.
I do. That's my secret ingredient is barbecues.
Yeah, you cream your butter and sugar. You add your flour. You mix well. You add your nuts and your chips, and you roll into balls.
Maybe it is cream.
And place on a cookie sheet, and you bake them for 15 to 20 minutes. Wouldn't the chips be soggy? Maybe not.
So you mixing the chips in last? Sorry? Yeah.
With your pecans. Why is there pecans?
I don't understand the pecans. Pecans?
Pecans.
Whatever way you pronounce that. I don't know if I like it.
I probably wouldn't eat it. There's a reason why it's never been made.
Maybe like add some caramel.
Yeah.
It might be nicer that way.
Yeah, I could get
I think
on
there's
with
just
that.
too much crunch going on. And if it's dry in
Ugh.
any way,
That'd be gross.
it's just like, I don't like biscotti. Do you like biscotti?
I've never had it.
It's not, well, it's okay if you're like dipping it into like probably hot chocolate or
I
coffee
think
or
they
something.
had some at the gelato place.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of biscotti, but honestly, I think people just dip it into things and that probably makes it better than it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I never used to drink coffee or anything, so
I drink hot chocolate.
yeah. All right. You gotta go dive deeper,
I went into the recipe book, okay? The other one should be a little better.
Okay. This might be a little easier. Maybe. We've got 1 cup of whole milk.
Okay.
Okay. 3 large eggs.
Mm-hmm.
1 cup of granulated sugar.
Mm-hmm.
3/4 cup of unsalted butter softened.
Mm-hmm.
1/4 teaspoon of salt,
Mm-hmm.
which feels like a lot of salt, but maybe not. 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, heavy cream, sliced almonds, 1 cup of sliced almonds.
Expensive.
Seriously. You've got 1/3 cup of honey.
Oh.
1/2 cup of granulated sugar, more sugar. More butter. I said salt, right?
Yeah.
Vanilla extract.
Mm-hmm.
Then we move on to a filling.
Why do you have 2 measurements of sugar in your non-filling?
Sorry, that was for a topping.
Okay.
3 large eggs again.
Oh my
This is a
word.
very expensive thing. Cornstarch,
Okay.
vanilla, more butter, more sugar. Oh, sorry. 3 large egg yolks, not just eggs.
Oh, I hate it when they do that.
Yeah, and then you're like, what do I do with the leftovers?
Nobody's going to eat egg whites.
I mean, I like
gross.
to we'll get to that part. Talk about it. All right, so you preheat your oven to 350 like they always ask you to, which is 175 degrees Celsius. Love how we use Fahrenheit for our ovens. We are so messed up.
Yeah.
Go Canada, go. And grease a 9-inch springform pan.
Okay.
So top hint right there.
Are you making some sort of cheesecake?
Almost feels like it, doesn't it?
I just springform pan, I think cheesecake. I want one so bad.
You don't have one?
No, I don't have a springform pan.
Oh. If you ever need to borrow one, let me know.
I just want to have one. I need one for my
You
collection.
need one for your collection that you'll never use.
Yeah.
Yep. In a medium bowl, sift together the flour, baking powder, and salt. In a large mixing bowl, beat softened butter and sugar until light and fluffy. Add eggs, one at a time, beating well after each addition. Stir in the vanilla extract. Alternately, sorry, I thought that said alternatively. It says alternately, which means to alternate between.
Yeah.
Add the flour mixture and milk to the
Mhm.
butter mixture, beginning and ending with the flour mixture. That's very specific.
I never follow when it says to do that.
Just kind of dump shit in and
I
hope.
go like half and half.
It's fine. It's fine. That's me when I mix like sugar into like the KitchenAid stand mixer. Just like add sugar slowly. I'm like,
Nah.
who has time for that? For the topping. In a small saucepan over medium heat, melt butter, add sugar, honey, and heavy cream, and bring to a gentle boil. Stir in the sliced almonds and cook for another minute. So many almonds. It's a cup of
The
sliced
almonds are throwing me off
Remove from heat and let it cool.
because they're not in the filling.
Bake the cake. It's a cake.
Oh yeah, it's a pan.
You pour because your instructions on how to pour the batter into.
Oh my word.
So specific.
Just dump it in.
Spread the mixture over the batter.
The topping?
Yeah. And then you bake it for 30 to 30. This is actually, I don't like cake, but this sounds pretty decent. Then you insert a toothpick to make sure that it's cooked.
Is it? The topping is throwing me off.
This is interesting.
It's not. I don't know how to make a meringue, but it's not something like that because you didn't whip any egg whites.
No egg whites. In a medium, this is going on to the filling, I believe. In the medium saucepan, heat milk until it starts to simmer. Remove from heat. In a separate bowl, whisk together the egg yolks, sugar, and cornstarch until pale and thick.
Yum.
Slowly pour the hot milk into the egg mixture, whisking constantly. Return the mixture to the saucepan and cook over medium heat, whisking continuously until it thickens and begins to bubble. Remove from heat and stir in the vanilla extract and butter.
Did they make a custard?
Almost feels like it with the egg yolks. Once the cake is cooled, remove from the springform pan and carefully slice it horizontally into 2 layers. Sorry, so you're slicing the cake into 2 even though it had a topping on it. Confusing.
What?
Spread the pastry cream
Oh, yeah, they've made a pastry cream. That makes sense.
over the bottom layer. Place
Have
the
they
top
made
layer on.
like a chiffon cake?
It is called, and this is where I was like, at least we figured out it was cake. It's called the bee sting cake.
Bee sting?
Mm-hmm. Because of the honey and the almonds.
What do the almonds have to do with anything?
I think it's meant to be like, they're crunchy, so that's the sting. It's called a bean and stitch.
Okay.
I chose some complicated recipes. I apologize. But you understood it was a cake probably from the get-go, so
Very
go you.
weird.
All right, try me.
Okay. This was printed on printer paper that had a border of houses in like a winter scene. So if I can't read some of this, it's because it looks like this.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Go.
You need 1 pound of ground beef,
Okay.
1 can of tomato soup,
Mm-hmm.
6 ounces of tomato paste, 2 cups of uncooked elbow macaroni, 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning, more to taste if you'd like it, 1 15-ounce can of corn that's drained,
Oh, good.
1 teaspoon of garlic powder,
Uh-huh.
1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 to 2 cups of shredded cheese, depending on your cheesiness preference, 1 brown ground beef with onion powder and garlic powder, drain. Oh, I'm into directions now.
I was like,
oh
okay.
my word.
I was like, I think we've moved past
It's just a bunch of
ingredients.
numbers. Okay, so you're going to cook your beef.
We're gonna cook the beef. Cool.
You're going to cook your noodles. Drain them. In a large bowl, combine the soup, paste, seasoning, noodles, ground beef, and stir in your corn. I can't see this word. Transfer to an ungreased 8x8 freezer baking dish and top with cheese.
It's a casserole.
I buy...
But what monster puts
foil
corn
paste.
with pasta?
Why freezer? 5. Cover with foil. I like to use heavy duty foil and don't wrap it to prevent cooking instructions. Freezer burn. Oh. Label and freeze.
It's a freezer. Like, it's a freezer casserole. You've
not a
prepped
casserole,
everything. Well, it's not lasagna. That's for freaking sure. I don't even know. Like, what monster puts corn with pasta?
Goulash.
Oh, burn the recipe. Burn it.
There's like a little spiel at the top of it.
Does it say, "Oh, I'm a monster for putting corn in my fucking pasta"? What?
This dish has a funny name, but as a child, it was one of my all-time favorite meals. I think all the kids love this meal. I make my freezer meals 2 ways. One way is to just make them all in a 2-day process, compile my list, shop, do meat prep, then the day I assemble them. The other way I like to do it is over the course of a week or 2. I buy the ingredients enough to double the recipes, then I make one for dinner and just double it and put one away in the freezer. Then by the end of about 2 or 3 weeks, you have 10 meals frozen in the freezer ready to go for later. Your meals will do well in the freezer for 2 to 4 months. Where did my mother get this recipe?
Those kids were freaking lying.
Yeah, corn and pasta.
No.
I like both of those things, but I don't think I would enjoy.
No, it's so much texture. Why?
Goulash.
Yeah, you want to go to the goulash after that. I'm pretty sure that's not the right term. It's gulag, I think, or yeah.
It looks like goulash to me.
I gotta look that up now. That's just hurting me.
Goulash.
Soup. It's a soup.
Doesn't sound like soup.
I've had this before, but not with corn in it.
But you had the pasta portion.
Yeah.
Maybe this rogue person just put corn in it.
Monster. It's origins of Hungary. So our listeners in Hungary can tell us we're completely messed up for adding corn to these things. Quick and affordable 1-pan dinner that's filled with ground beef and macaroni in a hearty and cheesy tomato sauce. It sounds like it should be Italian in some way, but I feel like the Italians might have gotten salted. All right, my last one. You won't get it.
I won't?
No.
Why?
Because I picked all the tricky ones. It's fine. All right. Scrolling. All right, ingredients. 1 pound of beef bones. We're getting right into it. 1 pound of beef brisket. 1 onion halved. Also, you don't like onions, right?
I hate onions.
Why? They're delicious.
Meh.
French onion soup is top tier. It's in my favorites of
Bob and
favorites.
Tanya would agree with you.
So good. The one at the place, the really expensive place around the corner from you. Next to the Dairy Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Steakhouse.
Mm-hmm.
The best. The best French onion soup. I don't even go there to eat steak. I just go there to have the French onion soup.
I've had their Alfredo before, but they put celery in it, so I got
Ew.
disgusted.
That's cursed.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just like my mom, she puts celery in pasta.
Ew.
I'm like, no, not unless you're going to chop that into the finest bits. Do not put celery in my pasta unless you're going to cook it. Very, very finely chopped. All right.
Onions.
So just repeating that. 1 pound of beef bones, 1 pound of beef brisket, 1 onion halved, 2-inch piece of ginger sliced,
Jesus.
4 cloves of garlic,
Oh my.
2 star anise.
To what?
Star anise. You know what that is? It's spice.
Oh, wait. Yes, I do.
Sort of has like a licoricey taste to it.
I know what it looks like. I don't know what it tastes like. Okay.
4 cloves.
Of.
Cloves.
Oh. Wait, because... Oh, sorry.
I know. There's 4 cloves of garlic,
Yeah.
but just 4 cloves.
I don't like cloves.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan either. 1 cinnamon stick.
Okay.
1 teaspoon coriander seeds.
Mm-hmm.
1 tablespoon of fish sauce.
Yum.
Followed by 1 tablespoon of sugar. Fresh. Is it basil or basil?
Basil.
Fresh basil, cilantro, and mint leaves.
All of the leafy greens here.
Bean sprouts. Lime wedges. Sliced chili peppers. And 1 pound of rice noodles.
Are you making ramen of some sorts?
It's close.
Are you... I don't know how to say the other thing.
Spell?
Starts with a P?
Yeah, it's pho.
I was going to say pho. So that's why I didn't say it.
It's pronounced pho.
Ah.
Good lead.
I would not eat that.
It'd be delicious.
Sounds very, very flavorful. Don't get me wrong.
It's just soup.
Yeah, but
It's soup with... Yeah, it's just soup.
it's
Soup
just
and noodles.
If I could just strain everything and eat it with the noodles, maybe.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
You don't like soup broth?
Well, like, I'll eat that, but I don't want, like, to have, like, a chunk of onion or a chunk of this.
Oh, I see. No. But see, I don't think that actually gets put in the
pho.
at the end. I think it's there to like help
Add flavor.
spice the meat first
Yeah.
and spice the broth, and then they strain it all out,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just add like some brisket into the soup with the noodles. And then you can put whatever else. Like people put bean sprouts or whatever, and
Yeah.
I absolutely dislike bean sprouts
They look
with
weird.
a passion. They're not very tasty. They just taste like dirt to me. So anytime I go and get, Asian cuisines, I'm always like, sorry, can you just
Not
exempt
give me
the
those.
bean sprouts? And there's this lovely place downtown
Mhm.
that has known me for years. They don't remember me anymore because I used to work downtown. But I used to get pad thai,
Mhm.
and I'd show up and be like, "Yep, extra egg, extra sauce, no bean sprout," and then he would give me like extra noodle or something
Aw.
to make up for no bean sprout. Now they do it, but they give me extra like carrot slices, which I'm cool with because yummy. But
Is
yeah.
it in the place that's across from my work
Yeah.
underground?
It's been there for years, and I was so like worried during COVID that we're gonna close. But they
Everybody raves
survived.
about it.
It's so good.
There's just too much stuff in it that I'd have to pick out.
Yeah, no, fair. Totally. It's really tasty, though. You could even just do the noodles and chicken. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never actually had like noodles from like an Asian or,
Oh, I think you'd probably
or
like it.
Chinese like cuisine.
Yeah, you'd probably like it. There's not...
Like, what's the sauce?
The sauce, it's hard to describe, but it's very similar to kind of. Have you ever had anything teriyaki at all?
I think so.
Like honey garlicky
Yeah.
soy sauce,
Mm-hmm.
salty sweet.
Okay.
Some of them do spicy, but a lot of
Yeah.
them have like mild options, and I prefer the mild option. I don't usually go
Yeah.
spicy with any of them.
When everyone gets chicken, I'm like,
Mhm.
looks
It's also
really good.
got like, it's hard to describe, but it's like almost like a peanut sauce too.
Yeah.
Which sounds really weird, but
I know that's a thing.
it's really tasty.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. Yeah. I recommend it. Try it sometime.
Maybe.
We'll
see.
Well, good job. Do you have one last one?
I have one more.
All right.
It's very simple. You probably won't guess the name of it because it's from a very weird.
This is freaking potato chip
No.
cookies.
It's from a recipe book that's like compiled recipes from the public.
Oh, I have so many of those from like when I was going to elementary school. They'd put out like a recipe book almost every year.
We have a really, really old one from like some church, but I couldn't reach far enough into the cupboard to dig around. So you need 1.5 cups of vanilla wafers crushed,
Okay.
2 1/4 cups of butter or margarine,
Okay.
2 liters of vanilla ice cream, 125-gram package of pistachio instant pudding mix,
Okay.
and 2 crispy crunch chocolate bars that are crushed.
Crispy Crunch. Do we even have those anymore? I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen those anymore.
I think so, yeah.
They used to be like the blue package, right? I don't think I've seen them in years.
Ooh. I'm thinking of what's the red package?
Red package?
Yeah,
No, Crispy Crunch used to come in blue.
I do remember those.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Like I said, this is old. What's in
well,
the red
they used
package
to
then? Is
be-
it just called No. It's not just called Crunch.
Oh, I'm getting it wrong. You're right.
What is in the blue package?
The blue package was,
It had like little
I think it was rice.
crunchy, crunchy dots.
I don't know what the heck it was called though. Are we like
I
is that
vividly
the
remember.
Mandela effect? Like
and it was good.
It was good.
Is it just called Crunch?
No, because you're probably thinking of Crunchy, which was sponge toffee,
Yeah, no, I like that.
rice, chocolate.
Crunchy bar
Bar.
with blue packaging.
It is. You were right. It was just called Crunch.
Heck yeah.
I swear I haven't seen those in years.
No, I haven't seen those in a long time.
Maybe because people realized it's stupidly easy to make. It's really just rice. With
Puffed rice.
Popped rice with chocolate on it. You're paying over.
It's not that hard to make sponge toffee though.
Oh, sponge toffee's so good, but it's such a mess to make.
Yeah.
That's probably why people don't do it.
Okay, so
Back to that.
you're going to combine your wafers and your butter to make a base.
Okay.
You're going to spread into a butter 9 by 13 inch pan.
Okay.
It's a weird pan. You're going to soften your ice cream. Add your pudding mix and stir until it's all blended. So you're going to soup your ice cream is what I'm hearing.
Why are all these recipes cursed, Jade?
You're going to pour, you've definitely souped it, onto your base.
Why are we souping our ice cream? It's expensive.
Oh, there's a quote at the bottom of the page that I'm going to have to read to you.
Oh, lovely.
You're going to sprinkle your crushed chocolate bars on top, freeze until ready to use, and then you're going to remove it from your freezer for about 15 minutes to half an hour before serving.
It's ice cream cake.
It's called Frozen Heaven.
Frozen Heaven ice cream cake. So pistachios. What constitutes a crispy crunch bar now? Peanut butter? Yeah,
do you
it's
mean?
peanut butter.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Peanut butter flake inside.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Have you ever had one?
Yeah. Oh, I eat them all at Halloween.
That's probably why you like them. It's got peanut butter in it.
Oh.
Came out
Why?
94 years ago.
Maz is older than them.
What?
Is it Nestle? Or what is it?
Cadbury.
Mm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if it's Cadbury, does the States have it then? They don't have Nestle stuff.
Yeah, they should have it. Cadbury should be us and the UK,
Okay.
because most of the Cadbury stuff like we produce in Toronto, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When I went to New Zealand, I wanted one of those eggs.
Kinder?
No, the Cadbury eggs,
Oh, the cream
filled
eggs?
ones. And I was like, I didn't really want one. I just wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked it up and was like, produced in Toronto.
Oh.
It's a slice of home.
Yeah, halfway across the world.
All the way across the world. Yeah, insane.
I could do without the pistachio instant pudding.
As soon as you said pistachio instant pudding, I was like, why? Why not just have ice cream with the
cookies and the chocolate?
Or just do the ice cream with broken up crispy crunch on top.
Yeah.
Problem solved. I don't know how I feel about pistachio.
I am not here for pistachio. The quote at the bottom of the page: "A loose tongue can get you into very tight places."
What? This doesn't sound right.
It's in a recipe book.
It's a recipe book. What is this? Last night's concert? But
oh God.
There was a little bit of a dilemma when I said something along the lines of, I feel like I need to go to church after this. And I don't go to church.
If you're listening
Whoa.
and questioning, I'm not going to call out the artist. Because, to be fair, she had good energy. And she was there for it. But what the hell was going on?
The vibes were off on the whole mismatch of people chosen for that. Until the end. Did a good job at the end, popping in with the...
Yeah, with Paris,
Yeah.
with Lynn. If you want to go research who Paris is touring with,
You do that.
I'll just tell you right now, we're not talking about Pale Waves.
Censor warning. Censor.
Yeah, big censor. Censor to the parents
I mean,
in front of us.
like I said, accurate outfit for the weather.
Yeah, for the weather.
That's what you kind of want to be wearing.
For her genre.
For the genre, yeah.
I was just not prepped.
I just wasn't sure what the genre was.
Spoken
90%
word.
of the time. Spoken word.
High energy.
Rap.
High energy.
High energy. Good job.
I'll bring it up when we're done and I'll see what it sounds like studio wise.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so those are our recipes.
Those are our recipes. And I chose... Because we also had a secondary part of this where we chose what our favorite recipe is or favorite foods or whatever.
And tips and everything.
And tips. And I just went straight to one of my absolute all-time favorites. It's pavlova.
I've never... Sorry. Oh, I almost burped. I've never had that. I know what it is.
It's delicious. Absolutely. It's so simple, this is why we're circling back to what do we do with those egg whites? This is exactly what you do with those egg whites right now. All right. You make meringue.
Yeah.
Meringue, as I like to phonetically pronounce. So that's 4 large egg whites. So take all your egg whites from all of the recipes from the past 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Set them at room temperature. It's important.
Yes.
You want to mix. Sorry, we won't get to the mixing part yet. So you need 4 large egg whites at room temperature, 1 cup granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of white vinegar or lemon juice. Up to you either way. You don't really taste it. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Now, on top of this, pavlova usually comes with whipped cream topping. You can make your own with 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then on top of the whipped cream, I don't know why I have to keep saying whipped cream, you put whatever fruit you want or other things. My favorite, strawberries, hands down. Fresh strawberries. It's the worst recipe because the humidity is always at the highest point in the summertime when strawberries are the freshest. So absolutely travesty to try and bake this at this point of the year, but the best with fresh fruit. So you preheat your oven to only 300. Only. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper and draw a 9-inch circle on the parchment paper. If you're like me, you don't give a shit if it's
You
perfectly circle. You
pile
just
it
dollop it into roughly a shape. It's fine.
It's a cloud.
You're gonna eat it. It's a tasty cloud. And if you are going to mark your 9-inch circle, remember to flip your parchment paper over so you don't have, pencil marks in the bottom of your food. In a large mixing bowl, beat the egg whites on medium speed until soft peaks form. Gradually add the granulated sugar. If you're like me, you're very impatient, so you add it mostly all at once. You're supposed to add it 1 tablespoon at a time.
Oh, my word.
Who does that? That would take you 3 years, and it probably makes better meringue than I've ever made, but
it's fine.
It's fine. That's the reason why I'm not a baker. Also because you have to get up at like 3 a.m. a lot of the time for those baking jobs. So.
Yes.
You beat on high until stiff peaks form and the mixture is glossy and smooth. That takes about 8 to 10 minutes. So this is labor of love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Massive labor of love. And then you beat in the vinegar or lemon juice and vanilla extract very gently. Sift the cornstarch over the meringue and then gently fold it in with a spatula.
Fold in the cheese.
Fold in the cheese. No, don't add cheeses. That'd be really freaking weird. But though people do use this kind of recipe to make like cloud bread, minus the amount of sugar in it. But
yeah,
it's weird. I don't know. Anyway, then you bake it. Just bake it in the bowl. It's fine. Spread it onto your circle. Throw it in the oven. Bake it. And actually, this is interesting. So you place it in the baking sheet in the oven and then immediately reduce the oven temperature to 250. I don't even know if my oven gets
to 250.
It probably does. That's not very hot in an oven.
No.
You bake it for an hour and 15 minutes because it's got to dry that sucker out.
Yeah.
Turn off the oven, let it cool. The door slightly ajar in hopes that it won't crack. If you're like me, it always cracks. Doesn't matter if it's cheesecake.
You cover it up.
You just cover it up with topping. It's cheesecake. Still
Going
delicious.
in your belly.
Yeah. So you make your whipping cream. I'm not gonna give you instructions for that because it's so basic. Just
whip it.
You freaking whip it until your arm falls off, or you buy a stand mixer like me and invest in your baking experiences.
Yep.
Use it a handful of times and then put it away for the year. Maybe use it next year.
I've had mine since grade 9.
They're so useful though.
Got it at Sears
for a discounted price.
My mom got it at Sears for Christmas.
This is something you kind of have to serve immediately. It doesn't hold very well, so
yeah,
you kind of gotta throw it all together. Slap that pavlova on a plate. Add the whipped topping, and then add your fresh fruit, and you're good to go. It's my favorite.
I didn't list the full recipe.
That's okay.
It was in the book. I found it today, actually. Whether it's the same one, I don't know. So I have like my fave, and then because I feel bad that I picked a fave, I have runner-ups.
We feel guilty about our faves.
So, it is my grandma's chocolate trifle that she makes.
Ooh.
She makes it usually just on like holidays.
Okay.
But I've had it since I was little. And because, everybody bakes a pie with fruit or something. And I don't like pie.
You don't like fruit.
No.
You have a thing.
And so she always made me chocolate trifle. So it's literally, I think these are the ingredients. You've got like Cool Whip.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate pudding mix, brownies.
That's it.
She just layers it and then she like shaves like chocolate on top.
That sounds great.
It's so rich. Like you can't eat a lot of it. Your tummy will hurt, but it's so good. And every year, especially around Christmas, she's like, "What do you want for dessert?" I'm like, "I'll bring whatever you want me to bake if there's trifle."
Please, please, please.
We can trade.
Okay, so I'm coming over for your
for the
family
holidays?
Christmas holiday.
Decent.
Just gonna hide out in front of the window.
Yeah.
Be like, Jade, pass me some trifle.
Pass me some trifle.
I want it.
Runner-ups are Rice Krispie Squares, like homemade Rice Krispie
yeah,
Squares.
only homemade.
Yeah, the ones in the package taste like
they
trash.
taste so freaking
They
weird.
taste fake.
They are. It's probably because they don't actually use butter. They use soy product or something like that.
And they're just like oily.
Yeah, that's probably why. It's like vegetable oil opposed to
Bleh.
real butter.
Yeah, Rice Krispies because I grew up making them with my mom even when I was very little because you don't have to bake anything,
Yeah,
right?
it's
You're
so easy
you
to
can
do.
stand on a chair and stir the pot. Same thing with I call them macaroons. They're not macarons. I call them macaroons. The recipe calls them chocolate wonders.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They're like oats and coconut little
Yep.
piles. Oh, so good. But yeah, those are my little runner-ups.
My
and
grandma used to do haystacks. Do you know what
Mm.
those are?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're really good. Chinese noodles. Yeah.
Runner-up is so there's that, but then there's I don't know the recipe, so I don't know where Mom got it from, but it's just Yorkshire puddings.
Yorkshire puddings, eh? I had one on my trip to Edmonton last year. I didn't like it, but I have a feeling it was just because something was burnt.
Yeah.
And also, Yorkshire pudding throws me off. It makes me think it's going to be a dessert, but it's not.
No. And we only make them if we have like roast beef and
Yeah,
whatever.
That's a rare occasion now.
And they're so good.
Yeah.
And they're so is it fair to call it, it's not a custardy inside, but it's like I don't know. If it's like slightly uncooked, it's just they're so
doughy,
good.
a little bit doughy, a little bit.
I could just eat them all.
That's so interesting. That feels like something you wouldn't be overly interested in.
Really?
Yeah. Just knowing you.
Oh, they're
How
so
particular
good.
you are. But I'm getting it now. It's a bread thing.
It's bread. It's bread. Why wouldn't I like bread?
Love bread.
Do you have any cooking and baking tips? I have a couple.
Yeah. If you're baking in the barbecue, don't use all of your burners. And always have a temperature gauge. If you do not have a temperature gauge on your barbecue, you cannot successfully do baking in a barbecue.
No.
Yes. And also, if you are cooking or doing anything in your barbecue, check that you have enough gas.
Yeah, that's important.
I just had that happen recently where we did not have enough gas for the barbecue. Got like halfway through cooking chicken dinner and was like, oh, okay, guess
it's going in the oven.
Guess we gotta move in the oven, which sucks at this time of the year because hot
Heats up the house.
I think I just have salad for like the next 2 months because I don't want to eat anything warm.
I'll eat my hummus and my crackers.
Yum. And my other tip is never follow the recipe for baking cookies. The temperature is wrong.
My cookies turn out great.
Oh, and chill your cookie dough before you bake it.
Yes, that is a thing that I never do, but I have heard of it.
It just helps.
I've done it sometimes. If my kitchen's really hot,
yeah,
then I'm just going to stick the bowl in the fridge.
Also, if you want like higher cookies,
yeah,
that's what you want to do. If you want really thin cookies, then you're definitely going to just want them like room temperature because those things will sink so fast.
If you're making buttercream icing and it's yellow from the butter, whip the hell out of your butter.
We're trying to do so good. Did you hear that, Jade's grandma? We avoided an F word.
We did. Whip the hell out of your butter. So it's going to change color for one, but this is going to take like 10 minutes. So do this if you have a stand mixer.
Yeah, recommended.
And then, if you're still not satisfied, add just a teeny little bit of purple food coloring, like the tiniest little drop.
Purple food coloring.
It'll make it white.
Interesting, because the purple, knowing the color wheel, purple likes to cancel out yellow.
Also, if you're flavoring your buttercream so it doesn't just taste like butter and sugar with vanilla, be careful. You'll make it brown.
Ooh.
Unless you did no. Because even pure vanilla is still brown. Just be careful.
Just be careful.
Just be careful. I don't know if this helps because I haven't done it to the extent and tested the theory. But just whenever you're baking, I know your recipe called for it, just always have room temperature eggs.
Yeah, I think that's
just
the thing.
Always.
Yeah.
I don't know what the benefit is?
Probably maybe less water condensation created.
Yeah.
Because if you're cold, your ingredients are cold and they mix with warm ingredients, it might cause like water.
If you're filling a piping bag, put it in a cup and roll it over the edges.
Smart. Yeah.
So much easier than holding it.
Yeah, and you can wipe the spatula off the side of the cup in the bag.
Just be careful if you don't have a, what's it called? Is it called a coupler? A coupler?
The pipe tip?
But you can get it so it like screws.
Oh,
so you can change it.
Yeah. If you don't have one of those,
It's just going to shoot back into your bag if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Has happened. And I don't know if this actually works, but it works for me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're boiling pasta, put your spoon like across
the wood spoon.
Yeah, the wood spoon across the top of your
spoon
thing.
It does, because I think the wood spoon helps break up the little bubbles
in
the starch.
Those are my tips.
I like it.
Do you have weird, gross, or funny food experiences, Aaron?
I've been to a few places that have given me uncooked food before.
No.
Yeah, but the number one top thing is nothing to do with me. It's my mom. She has a curse.
She does have a curse.
She's got the curse. I swear, every single restaurant we've ever been to, if she's with us, something goes wrong.
You need to make her sit at a different table.
Almost. She's cursed. Even her favorite restaurant, and don't get me wrong, she is so meat and potatoes. It's hilarious.
So
favorite restaurant? Swiss Chalet. Right? Whatever. Fine. Chicken, potatoes.
Like, you can't mess that up.
Yeah. Well, they can if they dump gravy all over you.
Over you?
Mm-hmm.
You or your mom?
My mom.
Was it hot?
Oh, yeah.
How?
That was also the place I got served uncooked food.
Ugh.
I decided one day as a young youth, I was going to switch my diet. I was going to start acting well, and I was going to have salad with chicken on it.
Oh.
I didn't know the chicken was uncooked.
You ate the chicken.
I ate the chicken, and I was sick for like a week.
Did it not taste weird?
No. Well, I had Caesar salad, right? So you really don't overly get the power of the white chicken meat.
Yeah.
Crazy. This was years ago. I got over it, but it didn't really amp up my love for salad in any way.
Why not?
Or trust for salad. But anyways, another example, we went to the Keg one time. And I want to blame my mom for this. We went to the Keg. It's a steakhouse. She ordered chicken.
Mm-hmm.
The chicken came out so dry, I could tap it on the plate.
At least it wasn't like clear.
True. Or uncooked.
That's what I mean.
It was cooked. It was dead. It was so cooked.
No clucking.
I flipped it over and it was like tar on the bottom.
Ugh.
Like black. This
Word.
is not blackened chicken. This is embarrassing, especially since those meals are
so expensive.
So expensive for a chain steak restaurant. Actually, all of their stuff is overly priced. I don't find the quality to be that good.
There's nothing on that menu that I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and the list goes on and on and on. And just about every restaurant in town, I could probably name something that went wrong. Even the non-chain food restaurants.
Oh, no.
Just can't take her anywhere. I think that's where the saying comes from. Literally, my mom. Can't take her anywhere. Other than that, there's a long list of probably places that have just done me dirty on bad food. Which is sad because it's so expensive to go to restaurants.
Yeah.
And it's a disappointment. And I'm not one of those people who will complain.
Nope.
No, I'll be like, I'll give you a tip. I do that with my haircuts.
Yeah.
Somebody's given me a bad haircut before. And I was like, went out to my car and cried, but I tipped them like $10.
Here's my money. Take my money.
Let's take my money and never see you again. I hope you have a nice life. Don't cut people's hair, please. What about you?
Okay, I'll try and speed through these.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, four things.
Holy.
First one short. One time my parents tricked me into eating moose. They said it was just roast beef.
Uh-oh. That would have been...
It was good.
It was good?
I like moose.
Oh, I've never had it.
It tastes just like roast beef. That's why.
Oh, really? That's cool.
They didn't tell me till I was finished.
Oh, of course.
They goes, "Did you like that?" And I was like,
"What do you mean?
What did you do?" Mom's tried to do that with pancakes. She tried to like mush bananas into it or serve me Kraft dinner that was made with cauliflower, and I took it upstairs and I was like, "What is this?" You're not sneaky.
You're not sneaky.
In grade 7, my classmates didn't believe me when I said I despise carrots and peer pressured me into eating one, and I thought I was gonna sob because it was so disgusting.
No, you don't like carrots.
That is the one thing I cannot.
Really?
No. Ever since I was little. Parents have cooked them so many ways. We have doused them in brown sugar and butter and ranch and all. No.
Oh, carrots are my fave.
I cannot.
That's so strange to me.
Cannot stand the taste, the texture, nothing about it. Not a long time ago, but when I worked at the grocery store, I used to get this sugar-free white whole grain bread. Don't ask how that correlates.
That's wild.
And it was good. And then one day or 1 week, we bought a loaf. I made French toast. There's no mold. It tastes very sweet.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, okay, whatever. I kind of ignored it. And then, I had a sandwich and I was like, I'm still tasting this weirdness. I'm inspecting the loaf.
No.
Nothing. Like, there's no mold. There's no mold whatsoever.
No visible mold.
No. So, but you smelt it and it smelled like wine.
So weird. It was like fermenting itself.
Uh-huh. Because so I went in to the grocery store the next day. And at that point, I had moved to like picking online orders. So I inspected the wall of bread. They're all full of mold.
Oh, no.
And they smell sickly sweet. So needless to say, I have not eaten that bread since.
I don't blame you there.
It was so good, too. It's like the perfect bread.
That sucks.
It smelled like wine.
That's so the worst.
Like,
it's probably like whatever the natural sugars in the bread were just starting to like not mold, but whatever they do in the process of making wine. Yeah.
So that happened. And then my last one, it's not food. And I don't know if I've told you this. I don't know how old I was. I was not legal to drink. And there was a unmarked belching water bottle in the fridge.
Oh.
And I was thirsty.
Danger.
And I took a big ol' swig, and I thought I had consumed, like, cleaner.
Poison.
It was moonshine.
Oh, no. And how old were you?
Not legal. Probably, like, 16, 15.
Should label that shit.
So I'm, like, spitting it in the sink, swearing. My parents come in and like, what did you just do? And I'm like, what is this? My dad was like, you did not just drink half that bottle. I was like, no, I spit it out. He was like, you spit it out?
What was I supposed to do with it? Put it back in the bottle?
It was his moonshine.
Oh, no. Jeez.
Oh, it was so nasty.
Yeah. You just remind me of the one time where I had peaches. And I went to eat my peach and there was a worm in it.
No.
And I swear I stopped eating peaches for a decade.
Hey, maybe it's a good thing I don't eat fruit.
There's moments. I get over it now. I'm like, oh, it's just natural process. But
yeah.
Because now I'm like, I don't care. I'll just cut it out of the peach and eat the rest of the peach as long as it's not affected. I grow my own fruits now. So
yeah, true.
So, my least favorite food ever, olives.
I used to eat olives when I was really little. Believe it or not. I don't remember, but I've been told I used to eat olives.
You used to have an actual palate when you were a child?
Maybe. Not really.
Weird. Except for the carrots.
Oh,
I think it's lightning out. I just saw a flash of light in the window.
is it raining?
I don't know. It's been weird weather.
Yeah, we didn't get any rain over here today.
So strange. It just downpoured on my side of town.
I saw it go by and went bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I can't stand carrots.
That's so strange.
I haven't tried them in a long time, but I can remember how they tasted in grade 7, and it's enough to make me go, nope.
Maybe they were just too earthy for you.
Maybe.
There are some carrots that taste overly earthy. They have changed over the years to be way more sweet than they used to be. GMO. Thank you.
But I mean, I just don't like the texture of a lot of things. If I can hear it, and this sounds weird, I tried to explain it to my mom, squeak when I'm chewing it.
Oh, so you're not a big fan of squeaky cheese?
No, I can do cheese curds.
Okay.
It's like if you have ground beef and you get like a little fat little
Oh, no. Don't
nugget?
describe that to me. I can't do that. No, I'll just stop eating.
that,
Yeah.
you can hear that. Or minced garlic. There's a reason I only
Minced garlic.
eat like powdered garlic.
Okay.
Probably the same thing with onions. I can hear it.
The squeak.
And
And
it's so weird because we have garlic powders you could smell.
Yeah.
I eat them on my pierogies. I eat a lot of it on my pierogies.
Clearly, yes.
So I thought the other day, I'll just throw some Parmesan cheese and garlic powder like I ate tonight on my tortellini. It'd be fine. Nope. For some reason, somehow, the garlic powder must have clumped together or something.
Oh, no.
And tasted like minced garlic, and I was halfway through my bowl and I went, I'm gonna vomit.
Oh, no.
I was like, I can't eat this. My mom was like, why? I was like, I could
The
hear it.
texture.
I could hear it in my teeth. And she was like, what? I was like, I
I
can't.
can hear it in my teeth.
I'm gonna be sick. I was like, I can't eat this.
Quotes for the podcast. Love it.
But yeah, if anyone is listening and they know me now, like, it's so hard to describe. It's the texture, but it's not just the mouth feel. It's the I can hear it in my teeth, which means I can hear it deep in my ears.
Yeah. I gotcha. I understand what you're saying.
I don't care if it's crunchy.
You may be neurodivergent. Just giving you a heads up.
Makes my skin crawl.
Another thing, cilantro and anything that has too much pepper on it. Pepper to me tastes like limes.
What?
I know.
Pepper is spicy to me.
Pepper is spicy, but it tastes like lime to me, which when you add it to certain foods, like
You
fresh
don't want
pepper,
lime.
I don't want lime taste on my food. So, yeah.
I would see. Here's another. I would get the squeak
Yeah.
from parsley or
Oh, okay.
or cilantro or onions, mushrooms. I call it a squeak. That's the best way to describe it in my inner ear canal.
Jade squeak.
But yeah. So if I ever have pasta or stuff that has herbs in it,
Herbs.
Mom's like, you can't taste it. I'm like, but I can.
It's not the taste. It's the squeak feel.
I can tell it's there.
It's the ears, the tiny ears in my teeth.
It's the tiny ears in my teeth.
They know.
Yeah.
So that was an exciting episode about tiny ears and teeth.
Yep.
We can't go back now.
It's okay. We'll dive deep one day into the weirdness that is my brain.
I think I found another topic to talk about involving...
Well, don't say it. Save it for episode 18.
We're saving it for episode 18 then. We'll do that. No spoilers.
You know what we didn't do?
What did we not do?
Didn't do our freaking day list.
Oh, and mine's awesome today, I think.
Mine was
Mine is so fitting because I'm so mad.
mine had to do with like fantasy books this afternoon.
Oh, I love that.
For our readers who care, I'm finishing. Is it how do I pronounce it? Higher?
Air?
Air?
Yeah.
Heir of Fire. I have maybe 40 pages left.
Oh, okay, yeah, the H is silent, so it's heir. Like an heir to the throne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the third book. No. Yes. Yes.
One of the books in this series.
The third book in Throne of Glass, but I'm calling it my fourth because I read Assassin's Blade
Oh,
first.
yes. I remember this.
It
You
was
described this to me.
And, anyone wanting to read, I think it's the book that everybody kind of gets, I don't know if I want to continue.
Right.
And I can feel it because there's like 8 different character POVs that you're swapping through. And it's a little confusing.
It's a bit much.
But I got like just over halfway today and was like hooked.
Done.
I didn't
care.
care.
I see that because you have like 10 pages left. So.
Didn't care that I was swapping. Like shit was going down.
It was good.
It's not the F-bomb, Grandma. Get over it. Love you.
Love you.
It's like everything was happening. So I'm just like, and I'm connecting things.
It's all good. I'm excited to eventually read that when I'm 90. So
that's okay.
Do I get to go? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is so fitting for me today.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Frustrated Villain Evening.
Ours are so different.
I apparently listened to Fanficor. So
we're gonna click on that.
I was listening to the Fanficor music the other day, just for funsies, and alternative in the evening. Here's some frustrated villain complex, panicked Alt-Z and hubris music. Thanks, Spotify.
What is your first song?
Adding me so hard. Casualty by Mothica, because Mothica.
Decent.
And then like a few songs down, it jumps into more Mothica and then Paris. And a lot of Paris.
Mm-hmm.
It must be based off the fact that I've been listening to Mothica in Paris for the past week.
Perhaps.
So Fanficor. The first song is Figure You Out.
Is it by
Voila.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that song.
It's a good song. And then there's a lot of just stuff I've never heard of. Well, there's Halsey and Billie Eilish and Bay Miller.
B.
I always get it wrong. Mother, always a good band.
Yep.
Royal and the Serpent, also awesome. Safety Suit.
Yep.
Really good old band. Have you heard them?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good song. Ariana Grande.
That's random.
It's just a real good mix of random.
Nice.
Louis Capaldi. It goes on for days. And you?
I am Proud Pastel Thursday night.
Wow, we are opposite.
It has changed drastically since this afternoon.
Mine is not.
You listen to Pastel and Electrica on Thursdays at night. Here's some Proud Pastel New Americana Electrica Suburbia anthem.
It sounds so gentle.
My first one is Strange Love by Halsey.
Okay.
We love. My next song is Yes Girl by B. Miller.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. What's in the pastel? First song is Roman Holiday by Halsey.
Oh, very nice.
One of my faves.
So good.
Then Bite by Troy.
Okay.
Carousel by Melanie Martinez. Friends by someone named Chapel with 1 P. Unholy by Hey Violet. Yep, that checks.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And our give back aside from
Our coolness.
the recipe.
Dayless. Oh, and the recipe.
Mine is Kool-Aid by Bring Me the Horizon.
I need to listen to that.
It's a good song.
Mine, coming from the 17-hour Throne of Glass playlist, goes out to anybody who wants to just listen to a very sick, like, build-up of a, like, a epic song. It's called The Way by Zach Hempsey.
Okay.
And I will play some of it for you when we're done.
Sounds good. All right, so that's everything for this week. What are we going to talk about next week, Jade?
I don't know yet. I almost picked one today, and then I was reading.
It's a good day to read when you have a day off work.
Yes, it is.
All right, folks, that means it's time to do the close, which involves us spilling the same BS we do every week, except for it's not BS, because we do appreciate you listening. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks to all the new Thread followers that Aaron got us yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I'm dedicated to having those conversations on Threads Come chat with me on Threads. It's always going to be me. Jade hates Threads.
Yeah. If it's me, I'll let you know.
Yeah. I'm going to make it look like it's both of us so no one will know.
Oh, everybody knows that I post socials because I say Aaron and I.
Thank you for listening. And don't forget to rate, like, follow, and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. We are across the internet. We are on lots of platforms. You can listen to us on almost everything now except for Google because Google is dead.
Yeah.
You can click the link in our bio to find us everywhere else that you need to find us because Jade so lovingly set it up for us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let us know your thoughts, questions, and comments by sending us an email. You can send it to unapologeticintroverts@gmail.com, or you could connect with us on social media and actually send us like direct messages or comments because we'd love to hear you there as well if you hate email like the rest of us.
Yep.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk to you again next week about, I don't know the topic yet, but we'll get out of our house and do this all again.
We'll find something.
Yeah. So everybody have a great week and a good weekend. And thanks for listening. And bye-bye.
Goodbye.